As the roads get smaller, it feels like I'm heading back in time, to my father's world, to my own childhood memories. I'm in Devon starting a deeply personal project documenting the places that shaped his life. The moment I arrived at the cottage, I dropped my bags and set out for my first location. I'd packed light this time, just the Fuji X100Vi and the X-T5 with a 35mm lens, hoping they would be all I need. I made my way to Burrator Reservoir, a place my dad used to take me during our childhood holidays in Devon. So I've come down to stay in a little cottage in the Tamar Valley, which is about 10 kilometres, 10 miles, 8 miles away from Yelverton, one of the locations that my dad put on his list. I went to Burrator Reservoir last night, didn't really video it too much because I just wanted to go there and see what it's like. Being here brought back so many memories, but this time I looked at it with new eyes, noticing things I'd never seen before. I got a few nice shots, not incredible, but it wasn't really about that. It was the experience of being here that mattered. I had both cameras last night and I only used the X100Vi. I didn't really bother with the X-T5, so I'm probably just going to use that for if the X100Vi just won't do what I want it to do on certain shots or something, I guess. But pretty much covered everything last night. I didn't get anything amazing, but I got some, okay shots. Well, yeah, so far enjoying it. And this part of Devon's like travelling back like at least 30 years. Actually feels a bit more than that. It feels like travelling back like 50 years in time. The lanes are tiny. There's like horses crossing the road, sheep crossing the road up on Dartmoor, which is brilliant. I'd forgotten about that. But anyway, I'm going to go get ready and head out now. As it turned out that morning, I'd be incredibly lucky. On my way to another location, I drove past this view. Amazing. I haven't been here since I was, I don't know, maybe 11, something like that. You're talking 25, 30 years ago. And this little clump of rock is pretty much where I found out that I'm crap at climbing and I don't like heights. Because my sister, who's 3 years older than me, she would go right up to the top and I would be stuck on about this level up here. And I never got any higher. I'm probably not going to climb it now either, but it's not very big when I look at it now, but it brings back some nice memories. Unfortunately, the light's a bit flat, so I probably won't even get a shot apart from a record shot of it, but I can't complain because I just got this really nice cloud inversion on the way down here. Let's climb up a little bit and just have a look. We'd come here on holiday to see our grandparents in Plymouth, and we'd quite often come here and have a little go on the rocks. Ooh, I'm a bit better than I was, although not much better. Nice to see it again. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. This is going to be a location I'm going to have to come back to. So I'm going to head up now towards Horrabridge, and I don't know Horrabridge at all, but I'm going to go and have a look because that's where my dad said he was born around that way. So I'm going to have a look around and see if I can see the building that he described to me, see if it's still there. And then later on today I'm going to be going down and visiting the beach where my dad's ashes were scattered. I haven't been there. I wasn't able to make it when they scattered the ashes, so I don't know the location. I'm going off what my sister said, so hopefully I can come away with a nice shot, and also, just for me personally, I want to go and see it. Right, so I've got hold of the notes that my dad left me because I'm looking for the place he was born in, Horrabridge. So he says, I was born in a terraced house / nursing home on the left side of the road towards Tavistock, just before the village of Horrabridge. I've just come that way and I didn't see anything. So I'm going to have a sandwich because I'm starving. I haven't had anything to eat yet. And then I'm going to go back and have a look for that. If I can't find it, I'm going to probably have a wander around and maybe ask some people. This is the This is the problem now. It's like, I think I've got the information, but without being able to check with him, it's kind of difficult. That's chicken and stuffing. It's dry, but very Christmassy. I never did find the house in Horrabridge that my dad said he was born in. So I moved on to Tavistock, which is a lovely little town. And I went round and I took some photos. Again, this was middle of the day, so the light was quite flat. It was just how I remembered it. So I just want to make some notes whilst I'm shooting about these locations. I've just been in Tavistock. It's a lovely little place. It's very small, some beautiful old buildings. The light's really flat today, which is fine. I can't expect to come down on one trip and you know, get great light. I got some beautiful light this morning. It's a strange feeling being back here. I've been to Tavistock before, the last time was about 10, 12 years ago. The bits of it in the main town centre, the market and the river, that's what I remember about it, and it's still the same and it's still beautiful. All the shots are pretty average, pretty standard shots that I got of Tavistock. Nothing special at all. It's just reminded me of the place, and I can come back easily enough and concentrate on it. I think doing this project's making me realise that it's going to take longer than I thought, and that's fine. Also, the time of year doesn't help. It's end of October. It's going to be grey most of the time. It's nice. I'm enjoying the trip. I'm enjoying just photography time, to be honest. You know, the X100Vi it just does everything that I need. So anyway, I've done Tavistock now. So there's a couple of locations that I'll be coming back to for sure. I think I got something decent at Burrator, which I'm pretty happy with. I think I'm going to head to Princetown or Princeton. Is it? It's not Princeton, is it? That's a bloody university in America. It must be Princetown. Anyway, I'm going to head there. I know Dartmoor prison's there. I don't think I'll fly my drone over it. I just found out you can't fly drones in Dartmoor as well. So that was a waste of time bringing that, but maybe I'll sneak one. No, I'm a bit too close to Dartmoor prison. I might end up in there. But you know what I'm going to say? I'm starving. I'm going to eat first. Well, I've just been in Princetown. That is bleak. Seriously bleak. But there is an interesting shot here with some coloured houses. The mist behind. You can just about see the church peak. I'm just gonna take a shot. Yeah, I drove past the prison. Yeah, it's got a strange feeling to it, that town, that Princetown. It feels exactly how it looks on the map. Remote, desolate, isolated. Let's go take this shot. It's not t-shirt weather up here. It gives me that feeling, if any of you have seen the Only Fools and Horses episode, where they go poaching for fish. They go fishing in Dartmoor, and then there's a killer on the loose from Dartmoor prison. That's what this feels like. It's an interesting place. I think it's time to get back in the car. I'm going to head back now, and I'm going to do a little siesta, and then I'm going to go out for sunset. On my drive back over Dartmoor, I was so lucky I saw these beautiful Dartmoor ponies at the side of the road, so I couldn't resist stopping and taking some photos. We stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine, you're 5 feet off the ground, you rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, forever be, forever be. Well, if nothing else, that was worth it just for that. I mean, these horses are right next to the car. My daughter would absolutely love this right now. Doesn't look like it on the camera, but they're about 10 feet away, maybe 15 feet. But this one here, look, is right next to the car. And actually, rubbed itself up against the car, so I think he likes my mum's Fiat 500. Right, I'm going to start the engine, I'm going to head back now. It's been a good trip so far. I'm surprised how much I've used the X100VI. I've literally only taken the XT5 out of the bag twice. I think I've shot 4 pictures on the XT5. So the X100VI is proving to be really versatile. I've made a couple of balls up along the way. I really need to change the mechanism on the focus ring, which allows you to set it for a custom function. That's really annoying because it gets knocked and then it ends up cropping in on my photos. Did that on the first day, so that was a balls up. I did make a bit of a mess today when I was at Tavistock shooting some water, and stupidly I forgot I'm on the X100VI, so I opened the aperture, or stopped the aperture down to f16 to try and get a little bit of movement in the water. And I could have just put the ND filter on, couldn't I? But apart from that, it's been fantastic. I have really enjoyed shooting this, and it's reminded me why I had the X100T as my only camera for a year. But I got a couple of reasonable shots, and I'll go out again, and it's looking promising for sunset tonight. So I'm going to grab a bit of lunch, and then I'm going to go and head off. Oh, one thing I have found, this is important, this is the kind of stuff you need to know. I'm in this cottage. I've rented a cottage, and it's a nice little place, but slightly strange. It's called the Enchanted something, and this particular cottage is called the Unicorn, which I just thought, okay, well, unicorn, it could be the odd one out or something, or it could be standing out, but no, it's actually all done up in unicorn stuff. But what I didn't realise is, check this out, so it's all like hand drawn and stuff. I didn't know EastEnders hardman Danny Dyer was also a pixie.
Lunatics, aliens, other planet, ridiculous.
Look at that. Right, I'm going to eat something and then we're going. I'm where my dad's ashes were scattered, and I'm just going to walk down the steps towards where he was, so probably not going to talk much on this. Feels quite surreal being here.
Tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat. Drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home.
Funny, I shall never get rid of this camera now because of the memories that it's given me. Funny how you become attached to something. And I think, in a way, photography is a great excuse to experience things and to capture feelings. And I'm gonna leave you on this trip now. I'm just gonna have a few quiet moments to myself. Thanks for watching.